This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
President Biden granted his son a full unconditional pardon.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Hope everyone had a lovely, healthy feeling. Or should I say fulfilling Thanksgiving. All right. So Thanksgiving is a time of family and friends, a time of thanks. And so, the benevolent, beloved President Joe Biden spent his holiday weekend with his family. And according to politicians and analysts and his colleagues and things like this, he took this time to assess what he wanted to do with the remaining days in office. And this is what he came to. If he could do anything, he was going to pardon his son, Hunter. And not just any pardon, a full unconditional pardon. So therefore, we're going to go back to the year of 2014 and fast forward to December 1st of 2024. So anything that he did before anything that he did from 2014 on to December of 2024, he will not, and I repeat, can't be convicted for it. He will not receive any prison time. And opposing parties cannot go back after he's out of office and arrest this man or put him in jail, because the president's word is final in this situation. Now, you got Democrats, you got Republicans, all sounding off about how they feel about this. Oh, he shouldn't have did this. He's not a man of his word. Oh, wrong is wrong. The president should not abuse his power. Nobody is above the law, not even Hunter Biden. Okay, now we go back to, I believe, when he started campaigning for his last presidential run, right? He said that his son, that he would not interfere, regardless of the outcome. Now, before anybody says anything, don't take my word for it. Everybody just mute your devices for just a moment. Gregory, we have a video?
Yes, I do.
You want to run that video through, please? Everybody stay tuned. Hold tight. Go on and show the world what he said.
Presidential promise to put the law before family.
I said I abide by the jury that, and I will not pardon him.
Letting the world know that he
in your bath water, whatever you say.
Sorry, my phone messed up. I'm about to play it back.
He will not wipe away the decision of 12 of his son's peers.
Was asked directly, and he has said he wouldn't pardon his son if he gets convicted.
Let's wait and see what happens if he loses.
Yeah, but he said it.
He's going to get pardoned by his dad. There's no question about that.
The president has ruled out pardoning his son.
Major commitment from the president, accepting the outcome of the trial and also pledging not to pardon his son.
So the challenge for him is really to continue to live up to his values when it was really personal, and he did that today.
It seems like a pretty normal, straightforward answer, but it takes new weight when we see what Trump is saying about the outcome of his trial, what we're hearing from other Republicans who say they don't accept the jury's verdict here in New York.
The contrast is profound. To sit there and say, well, I'm not going to intervene in the legal process, and I wouldn't pardon my son. One side, Democrats and Joe Biden protecting the justice system. And on the other, Republicans and Trump protecting Trump.
Our current president of the United States has so much respect for the law that he has said he would not pardon his son. I mean, again, it's all about the contrast.
President Biden saying, I will respect whatever this jury decides, versus
right.
Donald Trump after he was convicted on 34 counts, saying the entire system is rigged against him.
Their latest attack has been that Joe Biden has politicized and weaponized the DOJ, right? That was the whole argument around Donald Trump's conviction. And this week, of course, Hunter Biden was found guilty, and Joe Biden has very clearly said he would not pardon his son, he would not commute his sentence. How stark is this difference? I mean, how can Republicans keep making this argument now that Joe Biden has really put it out there? Where's Hunter? And he stood there in a courtroom, flanked by his family, and he's accepted his sentence.
He is not pardoning his son, which he could do. These are federal charges. Right. He is not doing that. He is not doing it because he is living what it means to have a rule of law in this country. Yeah. And if you want to know if he believes it, you could actually see what is happening with his own son.
The president, Anderson, has been really clear that he is going to accept the outcome of the trial.
All right, let me just go ahead and say this, and before anybody else weighs in, I don't really care what these analysts are saying. I just wanted to use them as a reference. This is what his peers are saying. I'm talking about President Biden and stuff. But what I do care to hear is how my panel feels about this thing. So, and just so we're clear about this, we're going to talk about Biden granting his son a full unconditional pardon. I don't want to talk about anything unless it pertains to that. So let me be clear about this. Now, we're not going to have any shenanigans because this is a revolving door. The same way people logged in, you can log out if you don't like the discussion. We're not going to do any of that nonsense tonight. We're going to have a discussion and we're going to have fun with it, but we're going to have a discussion and we're going to respect the views of our fellow panel members. That being said, we're going to get right to the first question.
You got App and Kiana that just joined us too.
All right, welcome. So and behind every conversation or discussion, it requires structure, and that's why we have some questions. So the first question tonight is, everybody can turn your mics on, but wait until you're called upon and listen to the question that's presented and answer the question at hand. And again, just from the start, I want everybody to be brief but be brilliant, because we have an allotted amount of time and we're not going to spend time. We're not going to waste time. Let's just put it that way. All right. So again, welcome. And tonight's discussion is pertaining to Joe Biden granting his son, Hunter Biden, a full unconditional pardon. And the first question tonight is, did it surprise you to learn that Joe Biden granted his son a full unconditional pardon, despite, or should I say in spite, of him saying that he would never pardon his son. He would not interfere regardless of the outcome. That's a lot, but this panel is intelligent and I know you can handle it. And so we're gonna jump right in. Let's hear from the ladies first. Who should I pick? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Tanya, you ready?
I didn't hear the whole question. I'm sorry.
The question is, did it surprise you to learn that Joe Biden granted his son, Hunter Biden, a full unconditional pardon, despite him saying that he would not do so, and he would not do so regardless of the case's outcome?
So does it surprise me?
Right.
No, it doesn't surprise me because he's a father. Anybody who's dealt with a family member that was subject to drug addiction know that they will find themselves in difficult situations. He's already lost a wife, a daughter, and another son. Hunter is his last child. And I don't think that he will ever forgive himself, leaving him in the hands of the justice system that the incoming administration is trying to put together when they've already went after him over charges that if he was a regular person, and I know he's the vice president's son, so no, he's not a regular citizen. I mean, he is a citizen, but he of a higher should be moral standards. But the incoming administration have no morals, and so, in my opinion, and so no, I'm not surprised. If it was me, I would give my child a full pardon.
Okay, let's see.
Not knowing what the outcome of his life will be.
Okay, let's get some perspective. Let's get the views of some of the other ladies on the panel. Eat them up. Same question. Are you surprised to learn that Biden granted his son a full pardon, a full unconditional pardon, despite him saying that he would not do so?
No, I'm not surprised.
Okay. Patsy, same question.
No, I'm not surprised. Like Tanya said, this incoming president has numerous felony charges against him and convictions. And I think Biden's son has less than charges and convictions than the president, and I'm not quite sure if all of them are felonies, but they could be lesser than felonies as opposed to the incoming man. So, no, I'm not surprised. He doesn't want anything to happen worse than what can happen to him in jail. Yeah.
Duchess, you with us? Let's get your views.
Yes, I am somewhat surprised, but I'm glad that he has done it because I wouldn't leave my child in the hands of people who are reckless and have no reckless and lawlessness is amongst his upcoming administration. So I believe that they would try to use him as an example and do all types of things. So no, I'm glad he did it. I didn't think he would. I was hoping that he did, and I'm glad that he has.
Now, just so you know, we just got all the females on the panel's opinion. Gentlemen, thank you for waiting. Robert, you're first up. Same question.
It don't surprise me. He's human. He's a father. if it was somebody on the Republican side, i.e., double A, double T, the Donald, he would have done it without even thinking about it.
Okay. Mr. Lacey, let's get your opinion.
I'm not surprised at all. He's Crooked Joe, and this is just showing the hand that this messed up party has been showing this whole time they've been in this office. Some evil work at hand. He's calling it a witch hunt, but when Trump was saying that they was doing a witch hunt to him, it was, oh no, it's fake news using his slogans, all types of craziness. But look at it. Look at what he's doing. He did that because he doesn't want his son to go down for all those computer whatever scandals that they had going on with the Russians. They was over there trading information with the Russians. So if he goes down, Joe's going down too. So of course he pardoned him.
And they've never found him guilty for anything on his computer. So next.
They never gave us the files. Just like the WikiLeaks for
They had
Hillary.
the
It's no
computer.
next.
There
It's
was
no
nothing
next.
on it.
It's no
Let's
next.
move
That's
on.
all a lie. It's all fake news. But they're gonna bring it out. Don't worry about it. The Epstein list, all that stuff's coming up.
Y'all gonna be able to refute and give more rebuttal. There's other questions pertaining to this. Trust me, we got plenty of time. So again, we want everybody to be brief but be brilliant. Big bro, Tim, you with us?
Yeah.
All right, same question. Were you surprised that the president granted his son a full pardon?
Why wouldn't he? He's a goddamn father. That's what a father do. They protect their sons or their daughters. That's what a mother would do. Why wouldn't he?
All right, dude, you're up next.
Even the wicked love their own, so they're gonna do what they gotta do for their own. So I didn't expect nothing different.
Wow.
I'm done.
John?
Not surprised at all. I mean, you know anything about politics, he had to say what he said at the time, and as the time approached, who would be surprised that a father would not pardon his child from crimes that he may or may not have committed when he has that kind of power to do so?
Okay, Mr. Carpenter, it's on you. Are you surprised at the president's actions in granting his son a full unconditional pardon, despite him saying that he would not ever do so? Okay, we're gonna go to the next question. All right, I'm gonna come back to you, Sean. Work our way back around, ladies. Hold tight. Promise I'm gonna get to you. So, Sean, according to President Biden, his son was singled out, targeted by his political opposition, and his case was a miscarriage of justice. Do you believe this to be so or not? Do you agree or disagree, should I say?
Standing where Joe was standing was political.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it was political, because the charges that was brought up against him, if he wasn't who he was, he wouldn't have made any kind of noise to the public whatsoever. Because the only thing that he did was, of the 9 charges that I'm aware of, were the 6 charges of him falsifying a document to purchase a gun.
Yeah.
Which is a misdemeanor in the case that he did it as, because what would have made it of a felony or federal, this and the other, is him illicitly creating like he was trying to purchase. Well, he's not trying to. He purchased a pistol, and he went through the legal means of purchasing it. It's
Right.
just he falsified on the documents is what made it illegal.
So are you saying these are
Kind of,
Hold on, Timmy.
kind of,
Hold on, Timmy.
kind of, sort of with Kodak Black did. You know, falsify. They ask some questions because you have to answer it truthfully. And if any questions you lie on it, and they find that, because they gonna check, you know, like Kodak said, he was never arrested for felony charge. They went and caught it, and FBI was involved. So yeah, it's you got to be truthful when you filling out that application because they gonna definitely check.
Okay. Do you agree or disagree? According to the president, he said that his son was singled out, targeted by his political opposition, and his case was a miscarriage of justice.
Excuse me for interrupting, Dave. Did you call my name?
Yeah, we'll get back. We're on the second question, so I'll come back to you.
All right.
Question again?
So, do you agree or disagree? The president states, according to the president, his son was singled out. He was targeted by his political opposition, and his cases were a miscarriage of justice.
Well, yeah and no. He did do the shit because they all do it. Even his opposition do it, and they all looking for some dirt on it at election time, and he just was a guinea pig for it. But he's no better than his opposition because they're all doing it. Some get caught and some don't get caught. That's why they're in. That's why they're in politics, to make money and to hustle. So anybody in politics, there's not one person in politics that's not there hustling, doing dirt.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna go to Mr. Carpenter next. Welcome. So the question is, do you agree or disagree? According to the President Biden, his son was singled out, targeted by the political opposition, and his cases was a miscarriage of justice.
I disagree. He had a gun charge. He had embezzled over $17 million plus the drugs. Nepotism is definitely the key word today, or period. When it comes to politicians, nepotism is definitely at hand. That's what those devils do. They love to use nepotism. Well, now I can't even say just those devils. Gotta say nepotism's going on, especially with immigrants. But I disagree in the sense of him being the president, saying one thing, and then he turned around and did another. If he didn't say nothing and then he did it, well, you know, a lot of presidents have pardoned a lot of people that's close to them, starting with Bill Clinton with his brother. And I can keep on going, even with my president, with his father-in-law. But when it comes to a president saying that he's not going to do his nepotism skills, and then he turns around and do it, says some of the characteristics when it comes to Mr. Biden single out personally. So I disagree that it's weak, and it's definitely taking advantage of people's ignorance on not knowing the power of what he's doing by saying single out. It's a game of woe is me or victim, but it's definitely nepotism. I mean, I'm really gonna hop on that nepotism big time. He should have been convicted, or he should have been charged, and he should have been, you know what I'm saying, to you go through the procedures like it was supposed to be, because he said out of his own mouth he wasn't gonna get involved. If he so-called believed in the justice system, he wouldn't have never got involved. And the part how you know it is nepotism is because it's pardoned without justice. I mean, without prejudice, which is very Very, very crazy. Again, if he didn't say nothing, if he didn't say nothing about I'm a part of my son, I'm not going to pardon my son, and he exercised the nepotism thing, they all have done that. But because he have said it, that's the part that it's like, hey, that's a Democrat for you.
All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well said, well spoken. Mr. Lacy, before I go on to you, let me just say this. Mr. Hunter Biden was convicted. He was about to, in fact, face sentencing. I think for the first part of it on December 12th, and then again on December 17th. So he was convicted. He was going to receive his sentencing before
he
president
did.
stepped in and granted him a pardon. Gregory, same question.
He ain't gonna get pardoned until the end next year.
No. Hold on. You can't dispute the refute or go back and forth about the when it's gonna happen. It's already been said, so it's done.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna get pardoned until next year. He nothing on the books. He is still being up for getting charged for it. He's still gonna get charged for the shit. It's just that a month later, he's gonna be pardoned for all the charges. That's all it is.
All right, so
But it's
let me say this to you so we can move on. Again, I'm not gonna dispute the duration when it's gonna take place. As I stated, the president made a pardon. He pardoned him already. He is forgiven for any crimes that was committed in 2014 to December 1st of 2024. So it is written, so it is said, so it is done. Gregory, same question. The president, he said that his son singled out, targeted by the political opposition. His case's outcome was a miscarriage of justice. Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree. This is a clear display of abusing your power. And this is the same guy. This is the same guy hard on crime. So lock them up if they're out there doing it, right? It's ironic that you're talking about falsified documents and y'all was so worried about this dude Trump trying to pardon himself from a case with falsified documents, but you're so cool with the president of the United States pardoning his son for falsified documents.
Right, Robert?
Was he gonna ask the question, or you want me to just jump right in there?
I want you to just jump in if you understand the question.
All right. I will say this. You can't get mad at Biden for pulling out a Trump card. There's a couple of more to come before this is all said and done.
Okay. Short but sweet. Kiana?
Yeah.
According to the president, his son was targeted by the political opposition and that the case's outcome was a miscarriage of justice.
Yeah, I believe so too. I mean, again, somebody stated, and again, I didn't follow his case that well because I don't really care. Because the only reason why it became a thing is because he is the president's son. Any other Joe Smo, we would have never heard nothing about it. He wouldn't have served any jail time. He would have had probation, and he probably would have had to pay. I believe they said some restitution, but other than that, it was nothing. But like I said, they dragged this man's son through the ringer and drug up stuff that had nothing to really do with it. So you can hurt a person through their children. So
it was a political move. Political move, just like Sean said.
But I'm saying he was charged for guns and taxes. That's not drug
But
dude.
why?
That's what he was charged
Okay,
with.
again, why did that case make it that he had to go testify in front of the? I believe it was Congress.
The Congress,
because of taxes and guns.
There's such thing as tax
Federal.
court. That has nothing to do with Congress. So please stop.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow.
And
Okay.
your tissue grabbing. Y'all are crying because Biden did something when Trump has been doing something in our face for the last 6 to 8
That's a
years.
lie.
This before Trump. This was before even Trump was in office. He was doing this.
Really? Are you kidding? He pardoned so many people, and he's about to pardon a bunch of people when he gets into office.
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear the whining.
As he should. Nancy Pelosi
imaginary
should be
pearls
locked up.
But he ain't pardoning his son for drugs, for taxes, and for
If they got
guns.
caught doing something, he would probably appoint them to some kind of office. So
yeah, but here's
spare
the
me
thing: he wasn't
the feign feelings of feeling like you're hurt because it's fake. Cut it out.
All right.
Yeah,
So
but
hold on,
on the topic, he wasn't never. He was a civilian. He wasn't on no type of record on his when he went and applied for the gun license. He just lied about something on the damn test, on the damn form.
Yeah, because he's a criminal. That dude purchased crap
He
on
wasn't
his
no damn
Instagram,
criminal.
on his Facebook.
Yeah, he
The
was.
only
He
thing
was.
he
He
did
had a
was
drug charge to me. He had a drug charge. Do y'all know the case? He had a drug charge to me. He had a drug
charge
because
with,
hold on,
he could
because
say
he was on crack.
using
live.
Wasn't he using drugs, right?
Yes, he was
Wasn't
using
he
drugs
using
to me.
drugs?
He
All
was on
right.
Timmy.
So
He
that
was on.
Here we
He
go,
was on
another
crack.
excuse him
Timmy.
from getting a gun license.
Oh my
just
gosh.
because he was using drugs.
Timmy, listen. He was using drugs, then he got caught using drugs. And then when he was on drugs, he embezzled his tax money, $7 million to me. And then he tried to falsify to try to get guns, and then he tried to use his man to get the guns for him. Now, I don't care what the situation in the sense of, well, he's the president's son, whatever, anybody, you're going to get charged. But what got me is when the president said he wasn't going to intervene, and then the president intervened.
Okay. Let's get
Because he's hard on crime.
Let's get Itima's views. Yes, Itima, are you still with us?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta turn your mic on. All right, we're gonna bring Patsy. Patsy, same question. Do you need me to repeat it?
Yeah.
Okay. According to President Biden, his son was singled out, targeted by the political opposition, and his cases was a miscarriage of justice. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I think he was singled out a little bit just because he's the president's son. Now, if it was anybody else, any average person, it wouldn't be a federal case, so to speak, and it wouldn't have been so public as Biden's son's case has been. So yeah, it was more like a political ring of convictions and arraignments and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, Tanya, same question.
Okay. My thoughts on this. Repeat the question again for I can have clarity.
Okay. So according to President Biden, he said his son was singled out, was targeted by the political opposition. His cases was a miscarriage of justice.
Okay. I want to get my thoughts out completely before there's any type of rebuttals or interruptions. respectfully, I think that this goes back to 2016. There's connections with this. 2016, when Putin started taking over countries that once belonged to Russia. And Biden, not Biden, but Trump and he talked about weapons that Ukraine wanted to get from the United States. And Trump tried to bribe Ukraine about getting dirt on Biden because he was going to be running against him in the 2020 election. And when he refused to do that, that's when this whole situation about Hunter came about, that they tried to get something on Joe Biden to use as a political football to bring dirt against him and his family to try to get the American people not to vote for him. And yes, I do think he was singled out because the charges that was brought against him were really misdemeanors, and the tax invasion, he paid that back. And usually with the tax, when you pay back your tax, the money that you embezzled, as someone say, you pay it back. No one's harmed, no one's hurt. The people got their money back, and they basically give them a little what is it? They come with an agreement. And the agreement that they had and they come to, it wasn't guns, it was one gun, the one gun charge. They had an agreement, and because of political pressure from the what you call it, the guy that they had to oversee his case, who was a Trump appointed judge, and the Republicans put pressure on him to throw the agreement out, which is why he went on trial. He said he would go to trial, and he was found guilty. So yes, he was targeted, and yes, he did the right thing by pardoning them. Because you can't equate the two about what he did versus what Trump did. Because Trump pardoned a lot of his friends that was the orchestrators of the January 6th. The two it's not equal.
Well said, well said. And thank you guys for respecting her wishes.
Thank you.
Not to mention Kushner's father, who blackmailed his brother's wife to extort money from her and his brother. His Kushner's father was in jail, and when Trump left, he pardoned him, so he got free because he was in jail for I think 2017. I think he was in jail for like 3 years.
All right.
Those people should have been pardoned for the simple fact Trump didn't entice that.
So again, guys, I want you to listen to the question that's being presented, and I want you to answer the question. So did everybody get a chance to answer that last question? All right, let's move on. Dude, we'll come to you first. The president's act of clemency for his son is that so you guys alluded to this, is it an abuse of his executive power, authority?
No, because at the end of the day, all these presidents pardon people, strangers they don't know, people who done worse shit than he's done, and all this other shit. And it's what they all do at the end of their term. They pardon somebody. Nobody investigates who they pardoned, so they can't say, oh, whatever it is. So you don't, unless you know what the person did. So I don't think he abused it. I don't think he abused it. It just happens to be his son. Would have been happy if it was a stranger. You know what I'm trying to say? Or a friend or somebody else. It was his son. That's common sense, because I don't care. I would have did it for my son. Republican, Democrat, whatever. I would have did it for my son. So I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So abuse of power, you can call it what you want to call it. I'm doing it. I don't give a fuck what no one say. I'm doing this. Like it or not, I'm doing this, and I'm out of here after this, so y'all can't touch me or him. I'm doing this. So I don't think it was. I don't think it was.
Let's all not forget.
Timmy.
Let's all not forget that
Timmy.
It was a federal charge. He can't pardon anybody on the state charges. He can't pardon only.
All right, welcome back, people. I just had to step out for a moment. Had to be clear about some things. All right, but we're back. Timmy, please elaborate. Please continue what you were saying, regardless to you was making it clear to the panel about these pardons, said state and federal level. So please continue.
The president only has the power to pardon federal, not state, federal.
All right, thank you. That's clear about that. And again, don't take our word for it. Y'all feel free to go look it up if it's not so, or if you believe it to be not so. All right.
Oh, it's so. It's so.
Okay. Sean, you're up next. Do you need me to repeat the question?
Please.
All right. The question is, do you believe that the president's act of clemency for his son is an abuse of his executive power?
It is not, because he has that right to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And what he did it for, abuse of power in the position that he holds. The only way that that's an abuse of power is if he did it for a political gain, whether he did it for some type of advantage for his son to have in some type of public office, organization, anything. You got to understand, when you're asking us these questions, we need to understand what the meaning behind the question is pertaining to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so the position that he holds in the authority that he exerted, he was able to do so because that's what the rules are. And it's not abusive because there was no type of gaining from anything that would affect anybody else or him superseding anything or anyone.
Okay, all set, well set. Let's see, who should we go next? Mr. Carpenter, let's get your views on this. Was the president's act of clemency for his son an abuse of power?
I'm listening. I'm like, wow. I'm a dude who believes in the Bible. I'm a, you know what I mean, Hebraic, you know what I'm saying, Mosaic type of dude. When you in leadership, you're not supposed to do that. You're just not. Show a little parable. A king found out that someone in the village was taking food and giving to the poor. The king said, nobody take no food to give to the poor because we have to save food for the winter. But this person was still taking food and giving to the poor. And it was hurting the kingdom. The king said, whoever do it this time, they should get 25 lashes. And I want to know who's the one who's doing it. Find that person. They finally found that person who's stealing food, giving it to the poor. And come to find out it was the king's mother. So they looked at the king. Your mother stole the food, giving it to the poor. What are you going to do now, king? So the king took off his crown, took off his cape, grabbed his mother, hugged his mother, and he told his men to whip him 25 times as he's holding his mother, because it's about order. When you in leadership, again, this is just my belief, I'm made different. When you in leadership, you're supposed to follow order. You can't have no favoritism when you're in leadership. This is under my Hebraic mentality. Now, if it was just a regular person who just, you know what, I'm gonna use my own power in a sense, not even in a gang. You don't do that in leadership power. You just don't. David, he got in trouble for doing that. Saul, he got in trouble for doing that. And this is all in the Bible, if y'all believe in Bible people. But this is just leadership. You are not supposed to do that. Again, I wouldn't mind what he did, but he said, as a leader, I will not intervene. And he did. Because he said it and he did intervene, that's abuse of power.
Politics
I'm just saying.
Yes.
No, technically you're correct by order of the Most High, but we know this system's not order
Nah,
because
I don't care if you're a gang.
it
Order is
guarantees
order.
every president at the end of their term that they can pardon.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know
say
how
this
many people
again.
they have.
I'm gonna say this again. If Biden didn't say it and then he pardoned his son, he's good. Okay, you pardoned your son.
Yeah.
I got you. But you
He should
said
have kept it real, not listen to the whoever was doing his campaign. You can't say that on the campaign.
You cannot say that. You're a leader. You're a
Gangster, 'cause
leader.
all
You cannot
politicians
say,
lie
I'm
on
not
the
going to do
agenda.
this. That's why I said nepotism.
Boy,
He
you're
used
right.
the nepotism card.
United States of America got some lying ass presidents, don't they?
So he was in line of what he has the authority to do.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this is what I'm saying. Leadership and
No,
works.
you're saying,
Listening is an art. What I'm saying is this: because he said he would not interrupt whatever the justice system would do with his son, and then he turns around and did interrupt, and then he used an excuse. That shows you the fairness of a leader, not even just of him, of a whole system of a leader. I wouldn't care if he pardoned his son if he didn't say it, to be honest with you, but he said it. And I'm going to keep it 110. Even if he didn't say it and still pardon his son, he's not a great leader. He's about to get up out of here. This is why we don't have no kings. He's not a great leader. Now, again, this is just my mindset in the Hebraic Mosaic mentality. That's why I say, I'm just saying.
Okay, Gregory, now Robbie, and then I'm gonna go to Gregory. Robbie, let's get your views on this. Well stated, Elijah. Excuse me, Mr. Carpenter. Robert, same question. Was the president's act of clemency an abuse of power?
I'm not going to even touch nothing else. I was about to get into all of that, but then I thought, why? It's not worth it. So I'm gonna say this and move on. Is it abuse of power? I'm gonna say, no. It's not abuse of power. I think it's just a use of power.
Okay. Gregory, same question.
Yeah, Uncle D, because earlier we was talking about the Babylonian people being taken down, and it was ordained by God, even though the Persians came in, and their political system was messed up because these people was doing foul stuff to have their citizens doing things that they was doing, but they was getting in trouble for doing the things that they was doing. It's the same thing because Biden's a hypocrite. He's the same person with the 94 crime bill coming in with the hard laws on the guns and the 3 strikes and you're out and all that stuff. His son needs to be prosecuted the same way that he wanted everybody else to be prosecuted. The same way App just told that story about, and if not him, then Biden needs to
Ronald
be
Reagan.
prosecuted because it's a bad example to be a leader and say something like that, and then you're basically telling, you're alluding to the people that, well, y'all got to follow these rules, but we don't.
Let me go to the ladies. Let's get the ladies' point of view. Thank you, ladies, for waiting, patiently waiting. Kiana, still with us, Duchess?
Yeah.
All right. So the question is, the president's act of clemency for his son, do you believe that was an abuse of power?
No.
Reason being?
The president has the right to pardon whoever he wants to. So the people saying that he shouldn't have said it, he's been asked about it for I don't know how long. So you can only avoid a question being asked you so much as the president, because they would have said, oh, he's avoiding the question, he's not being direct. And after y'all showed y'all asses in the last few months, he don't give a damn about you, and I don't give a damn about it either.
Somebody mad that Trump
Doesn't
got in.
even know where he's at.
Say less, say less.
Know where the microphone is.
They're entitled to their opinion.
Somebody mad that Trump got in.
Itima, you with us?
I am.
All right, beloved. Here's the question. The president's act of clemency for his son, is
Can
it
you lay down with Cody? Sorry.
is it an abuse of power?
It is.
All right, short and sweet. You don't have nothing else to add?
What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. That's it.
Simple. So that even a child can understand it. All right. Patsy, same question. The president's act of clemency for his son, is it an abuse of power?
Patsy stepped out, it looked like.
All right. So we'll move on to Tanya. Tanya, you with us?
Yes.
All right, beloved. Same question.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to agree with Robert and say it's not an abuse of power, but a use of power. And I'm gonna say this also, that he did live up to what he said. He didn't intervene in the process of his son's what the justice system was bringing against him. He didn't intervene. He was tried and convicted. So now, as his role as president, he has
just
the right
intervened in the outcome.
I said no interruptions until I get my thought out.
Go ahead.
As I said, he was tried and convicted, and he did not intervene at all. Now, when it came time for him to be able to pardon whoever he wanted to pardon, which is his constitutional right to do, he pardoned his son. And that's the end of that.
I'm gonna stay right with you.
He said that I will not intervene whatever the decision of what the courts were made with my son. And he did intervene after the judge already made the decision for his son. That's intervening.
Okay, so let me stay right there, because I'm gonna come to you right after I present the next question. I'm gonna start with Tanya, and then since you already got your rebuttal, I'm gonna come right to you next. So next question, you guys been tippy-toeing around it all night. Some of y'all alluded to it. So the reversal of the president's decision, can we now call him a liar or a hypocrite? Tanya?
Neither.
Reason being?
As I just stated.
Okay. Not a liar or a hypocrite. Mr. Carpenter, let's get your views on this.
I like that, Dave. You try. You're my man, 50 grand.
Paying attention.
You're trying.
All right. So
all right, now okay. I can't call it a hypocrite. That's too formal. But I will call it nepotism. I just have to throw the word nepotism again. He used his power to help a family member. And because he used his power to help a family member, I really can't call it a hypocrite. But what I will call it is he's a liar.
Oh, okay. So that is your stance. Okay. All right. Say less. I like this. It's about to get interesting. Queenie, it's on you. Same question. So because he reversed his decision to intervene. Is the president now a liar or a hypocrite? Duchess, speak on it.
Neither. You make decisions on new information all the time. You make decisions on the most current and what's in front of you. If I know I'm going to be feeding my child to the wolves, I'm not going to do it. No parent would. So he's neither.
Mr. Brimage, same question. The president's act of clemency. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm restating the last question. The president's reversal of his decision to not grant his son a pardon. Can we now label the president a liar or a hypocrite?
You know, you put the question out there, so we have no choice but to say liar or hypocrite, and everyone's gonna say neither, except for two people on the panel, and I'm gonna tell you on what the people that say he didn't lie, and he's not a hypocrite. I'm gonna tell you what he did do. At the time, the people must know what his decision was going to be about his son. He gave him something to hold on to, where he knew they really wanted to hear him be the Honorable Joe and say, no, I will not do that when the time comes, because you guys think I'm the most righteous person, and I'm going to probably give you what you would like. I'll say this, and when the time comes for you to get the truth, I'll reveal it then. And
Same way they run their campaigns.
Excuse me, that's what he did. And he did it this way, so it won't be too much of a rebuttal or all this confusion that we're having now when there's only like a month or something left and some change for him to walk out the door. That's what he did to Donald. So Donald won't try to come up with some type of tactics to mess up what he's trying to do for his son.
Okay. Itima? Itima? Gotta turn your mic on. All right. We're gonna go to Gregory.
He's a liar. He's a liar.
Okay. I thought you wasn't there. So he's a liar. Do you want to elaborate, or that's just right to the point?
He's a liar. Well, we all know that he said he wasn't going to pardon his son, and then he did. So he's lying. Come on, let's be real.
Okay. Mr. Lacey.
And if we're gonna call a spade, he's Crooked Joe. He's always gonna be crooked. Most politicians are liars anyways, but this dude is a liar. He's a very bad guy. He's a very bad man. And I wouldn't
Hey, Gregory, he's trying to start World War III.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have his first wife and kid killed, allegedly.
Oh. Patsy, are you still with us?
No.
All right. I'm gonna go to Sean next. Sean, did I come to you? No, I don't think so. The reversal of the president's decision, does that now label him a liar or a hypocrite?
Labels him what he's always been, a politician.
Ooh, that sounds like a political answer right there.
That's all this is.
They tell you what they tell you what they think you want to hear.
Okay.
For the time being, anyway.
All right.
Leave my president Trump
Especially
alone.
the Democrats, but Trump don't do that. He just tell you straight up what you need to hear.
All right. So we're gonna go to Dude next, because I don't believe we went to Dude. Dude, same question. The reversal of the president's decision, does that now label him a liar or a hypocrite?
Every president is a liar and a hypocrite. Every single and I can prove it if you ask me one question.
Timmy, it's on you.
I don't think it goes back to what I said. What a parent that loves their kids wouldn't do for them. If they're in trouble, they're gonna risk their own self to get their kids out of trouble. So it's just obvious that it ain't a crime to do it. And regardless what people say, he shouldn't have said that he wasn't gonna do it. Like Sean said, it was a political move that put them on hold, had them thinking if he's going to do it or if he's not like he said he was. You
So
know,
Timmy, you will condone your kid doing wrong? You would
we
condone your kid
all
doing wrong?
don't
do that.
fucking
Oh,
stuck
my
up for
fault.
our kids when they was in the wrong.
Nah, I
Don't
don't get
say
down like that.
every
I don't get
every
down
one
like
of
that.
us did. Yeah, yes, you
Nah,
have.
I don't get down like
You
that.
can't tell me you have.
I can easily. I don't get down. I wasn't raised that way. I don't get down like that. My parents didn't get down like that. My grandparents didn't get down like that. If you did your wrong, you got to make your bed. You got to lie in it. I'm not going to condone your wrongness. I'm not going to
If
stick
it
up for
was
your
something that
wrongness.
you couldn't get them out of,
All right, so let me go and present another question to the panel. Everybody go back to your respective corners. I'm going to hit you with another one. Okay. Based upon President Biden's intervention on his son's behalf, does that give credence to Donald Trump's claims of a corrupt judicial system? That should be a juicy one. Duchess, let's get your views on that.
I'm sorry, what was the last part of the question?
I'll say it in its entirety. Based upon President Biden's intervention on his son's behalf in regards to his legal issues, does that now give credence to Donald Trump's claims of a corrupt judicial system?
It was already starting to be corrupt with the decisions that's been made by the Supreme Court in the last 2 years, where a president has immunity to do whatever. So the dirt was already dug. So where you want me to continue? It's already been dirty. What did I hear somebody say? The scales of justice have always had somebody's thumb on it.
T, you with us? Tanya?
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yes, I am, beloved. So again, the president's intervention on his son's behalf as it relates to his legal issues, does that give credence to the presidential-elect Donald Trump's claims of corruption in the judicial system?
I'm gonna have to agree with what Kiana said, and I'm gonna add that it has always been against the minority and worked for the other. But Donald Trump came in and basically exploded and took advantage of the holes that it had to work for his benefit so that he could continue to do what he do.
Itzma, you still with us?
High five, Tanya.
You side with Tanya? That was a quick answer. Okay.
That was me. That wasn't.
Oh, that wasn't Itzma. Itzma, you still with us?
I'm here.
All right, beloved. Here's the question. The president's intervention on behalf of his son as it relates to his legal issues, does that give credence to Donald Trump's claims of a corrupt judicial system?
It does, regardless of what was put in place before him. But he was there, so he should have cleaned it up. He didn't clean it up. He kept it going. So yes.
Y'all just coming out with the banging answers, huh? All right, Mr. Brimage, you still with us?
Biden's guilty about everything. Move on.
Oh, okay, that's an easy answer. We'll take that. Mr. Lacey.
That's because it's truth.
So that's your answer, huh? I like this real quick. All right, Timmy, let's go to your answer.
Everybody has a price.
Just make sure whatever you doing, we don't hear it. All right, dude.
And I like to add that Trump came in the drainage
you
swamp,
do.
and that's what you're seeing.
Of course you do. All right.
He drained the swamp for his benefit so that he can
See
get
what you
away with
started?
everything.
Nah, for the crocodiles and the
No,
reptiles.
he drained the swamp to put in pigs and
Mr. Lacey, Mr. Lacey.
For them pedophiles, they all going down, Tony. Don't you worry.
Well, that's your side of people who got all the pedophiles.
Not with the pedophiles. We got 2 people already in
We
the
gonna
process
see
of
who's
getting
on those
looked at
lists,
because of
though.
their pedophilia.
All right, ding ding.
Gonna see. We shall
Ding
see.
ding ding ding.
Yeah.
All right,
You shouldn't stop that shit,
all right,
Gregory.
Donald King, you see what you done started? Again, dude. The question is, the president's intervention on behalf of his son, Hunter Biden, does it give credence to Donald Trump's claims of a corrupt judicial system?
Well, the reason that they're giving claims and using phrases is because they've been doing it to us for years, so they know it's corrupt. But now it's starting to happen to them, so now they're starting to use the phrases that we've been using because they're going to start to go through what we've been going through. And that's what's going to happen. This is just a little thing. Yeah, they're not doing jail time right now, but things are going to happen. And Biden hunting, he'll be back in jail in a couple of years because he feels like he's Teflon Don. He's going to probably do something else again. But other than that,
he's gonna buy some more crack on live.
They're starting to feel like us.
All right, Sean, let's get your perspective.
They're not like us.
The president's intervention on behalf of his son's legal issues, does it give credence to Donald Trump's claims of corruption within the judicial system?
Just adds on everything that's already there.
All right. Mr. Carpenter, please enlighten us.
Excuse me. Can you say the question one more time,
Yes,
please?
I
I just
can.
want to
Yes,
make sure
I
I answer
can.
correctly.
Does the president's intervention on behalf of his son, Hunter Biden's legal issues, give credence to presidential-elect Donald Trump's claims that there is corruption within the judicial system?
The judiciary, the blah, blah, blah. Supreme Court. Okay. Biden as the person, he's crooked as a barrel of snakes. I mean, his son was making deals with Russia. I mean, everything my president said about the Bidens, especially Joe, crooked Joe, is absolutely correct. The system of things, no, the system of things do things under the Constitution and under the acts. So it's like a 2-part. So when it comes to the person, yes, he's definitely crooked. When it comes to the system, as it's written, no, it's not crooked.
I like this, guys. Y'all right on point tonight. I'm loving it. We got a little more time. We got a couple more questions. Let's keep it going. All right, Itzema, you still with us?
Dave, not to cut you off. When can we have an open panel?
Hold on, I'll get
Because
back.
it's like 50 of us, and we're going one at a time, and you know,
It's a method to my madness. We'll talk about it in the green room. We'll talk about it.
I got you.
All right. Itzema, you still with us? You gotta turn your mic on, beloved.
I am.
All right. Here's the next question. So, based upon the current president's recent action, do you think that this will motivate the presidential-elect Donald Trump to pardon himself?
Oh my God.
I mean, it might. I hope he don't, but I mean, it might.
The president
I'm
can't
sorry, Dave. Out
pardon
of all the
himself.
questions you got, that's not even a question because just we all know he's going to do that.
There's a method to my madness. Let her answer the question. I know y'all waiting, but just wait, please. Go ahead.
But Dave, that don't
I,
happen. That's like saying, do
I,
Superman eat spaghetti? I mean, that
hey,
don't happen.
hey, let her answer the question. Go ahead.
We ain't never seen him eat no damn spaghetti
You
either.
see, you guys are doing it, and I just praised you. Itzema, you want to restate that, please?
He is, but I'm hoping he won't.
Okay. Duchess, you still with us?
Yes, I did not hear the question.
All right, I will repeat it for you. Based upon current President Joe Biden's recent actions, do you think that will motivate the presidential-elect Donald Trump to pardon himself for the crimes that he?
Oh, you don't even need to finish the question. He was already thinking of that before this even happened. So he needed no guidance or
motivation.
No motivation, no peer review. He already had that intended. That was his ultimate goal. So
He can pardon his federal cases, but not the state.
well, that is true, but you know that he's already put that out in the ether that he planned to do it or he wanted to do it. He wanted to know if he could do it. So he didn't need for Biden to show him anything. He already had his one track mind already set.
Okay. So Donald Trump is a one-trick pony. Tanya.
The Supreme Court already done gave him immunity for his actions.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's just going to try to do it just because he wants to stress the norms. He wants to break down all the norms so nobody has confidence in him, and then ascend to his dictatorship.
Okay. Mr. Brimage, are you with us?
But kind of clear that question up for me because
according to the rest of the panel, you can't get no clearer.
I mean, I'm not saying that I don't understand. I want to hear it again.
So it may sound different, but I'm gonna say it again.
Oh.
Do you believe that the current president, Joe Biden's recent actions will motivate the presidential
I take it from here.
Donald Trump to pardon himself?
He said he'll take it from there.
Yeah,
Mr. David, Donald Trump already had his playbook written before he stole the election. So, it's not going to surprise me that he gets his, allegedly speaking, criminal, rapist, junkie, drug addict as a son off the same way Biden decided to do his.
See, I thought you understood the question.
Trump's son doesn't do all that stuff.
Yes, he does.
Don't worry about it. Go on, keep going the way you thought you heard the question.
You said would Biden motivate his decision he made to do for his son motivate Donald Trump to do the same for his?
No, I did not.
What did you say?
For himself.
Donald Trump done that already for himself. The last time he was in office, he just didn't say nothing. That was the gag on the whole courtroom. Soon as they would have said, Donald Trump, you've been found guilty for 90 years. He probably was going to say, how is that possible? And I pardoned myself the first time I was in office. I just didn't use it yet.
Okay. So, Mr. Lacey, I know you've been chopped at the bit. Thank you for showing great restraint, and you did not give any type of rebuttal during his delivery. So now you have the floor. Do you think that the president's recent behavior will motivate Donald Trump to pardon himself for crimes that he has been convicted of?
The truth is, he's beating all these cases right now.
Oh,
Fannie Willis is getting whatever her name is getting thrown off the case. The lady that everybody was so excited for her to prosecute the dude. It's a whole bunch of stupid stuff. It's not even really a question. He's beating most of the cases. The only thing that y'all should be worried about is once he beats the cases, he takes them back to countersue these people. All the
Dave.
What do you call it?
Dave.
Wait, let him finish up, please. Go ahead, Gregory.
No, I was done. That was it. All the emotional
Dave.
pain and trauma. Everybody's going down. Nancy's going down.
Go ahead.
Hillary's going down. Biden's going down.
And
Biden's
be
crackhead
quick,
son
and
going
be-
down. And
and
once
be
again,
quick.
Trump's son is not the crackhead like Biden's son.
Oh, Jesus.
Biden's son had Obama's daughter sniffing crack.
Listen, can I move on to the next person?
Sorry, Dave.
Off of her
Yes.
credit
Dave,
card.
can I just say
He
this?
had her
Pause,
naked
pause.
in
Robbie.
porn videos.
Robbie,
He's a bad guy. Very bad guy.
I'm going to be brief. Gregory, can I just say this real quick? Gregory, I love what you bring to this platform. You showed me how much Donald Trump brainwashed you. You sounded exactly like him when you first started. You didn't make sense.
Everything I
you
just said
gave
was
people
need to go get the machine so you can see it.
All right, let's move on. Let's this one. How can I do this remainder? Dude, question is, do you think that the president's recent behavior will motivate Donald Trump to pardon himself for recent crimes?
So we were talking about the president first who pardoned his son, his only son left. His son. Everyone
Right.
said here in consensus, except Brother Admin said, yes, that's his son, whether they like him or not. Of course, I do it for my son. Now you got Donald Trump. He's the only one standing in the middle of his freedom. You think he's not going to pardon himself?
Okay, so that's your fair answer.
The money.
Sean?
I mean, what do I have to say after dude?
I like this. Timmy.
Yeah.
Do you think that the part? Do you? I'm shocked. Do you think that Donald Trump will be motivated to pardon himself based upon Biden's recent actions?
I don't know would he be motivated by it, but he would definitely like to get that stain up off of his record. That's for damn sure.
Right. And Mr. Carpenter.
Yes, sir.
So do you think the benevolent Biden?
Leave my president alone.
No, we're not talking. I said benevolent. I said
okay.
The benevolent President Joe Biden behavior is going to motivate your president and our future president, Donald Trump, to pardon himself for his convicted crimes.
He would be the first president that ever done it. Can he do it? Yeah, he can do it. See, the Supreme Court got a lot of sway. As him being in office, of course, everything is on pause. After office, they bring it up, or before he ends, he probably. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll pardon myself, even though I'll be the first one. It would be direct. It would be Shit, he already, old boy already pardoned his son, so shit. I'll pardon myself. Fuck it. He did it, so I'll do it too. know my president, know my president, man. You know what I'm saying? Geez, Joe did open the door for you. I mean, he'll be the first one that does that. I mean, out of 253 years and out of 48, 49 presidents. But hey, man, Joe, nobody never pardoned their son either and said they wouldn't. So shit, anything's possible.
All right. So I want you to keep that same energy and everybody mute your phone because Elijah's gonna get a chance to answer this question without any interruptions. So this is the last question of the night for everybody. So hypothetically speaking, if you was faced with the same dilemma as President Joe Biden, would you do what is deemed as morally right, or would you put your son's needs before country?
That's why it's called that.
What the?
With a scent to it. Nah, I wasn't gonna spray the car. I was gonna arm spray Lysol. Oh,
Hold on, Elijah. Timmy.
I'll be damn suit to you. I use like 8, 9 of them, but I was cleaning around the bathroom.
Yes, background feed, Dave.
Yeah, that'll take that.
All right, my apologies, guys. We're live. Anything can happen. So again, Elijah, hypothetically speaking, do you, if faced with the same dilemma as President Joe Biden, would you do what's morally right or what they perceive as morally right, or would you put your son's needs first and put family before country?
As a leader of a country, I have to put the country over my family because I'm the leader of the country. And what I mean by that, if any of my children or any of my relatives have done something that was against the law, they got to pay for their crimes. That's just how it is when it comes to become a leader. I've learned from Bible. I learned from the way how my mother raised me. If you don't feel like you can do that, you should never be a leader.
Well said. Thank you for your participation. All right, Mr. Lacey, same question.
Me being in his shoes and after seeing what my goddamn bastard child has done, sniffing up coke and motherfucking buying coke on live, and getting his computer hacked or whatever he said happened, trading information with the Russians, putting out photos of ex-president's daughters in compromising positions. It's craziness. Would I pardon that motherfucker? Hell no. He's out here. This dude is out here messing up my family. He got to go. That motherfucker do.
All right.
He's embarrassing to the family.
Thank you for your participation. Mr. Brimage, same question.
All right. Our father, one of the greatest leaders in our lifetime, and then some, that we know and we hold to be so holy, and we respect a lot of things that is spoken in that book, the Bible. If God can sit here and forgive all of his vessels, his children, over and over and over again, and he tells you that himself, how you, I guess, should forgive those. A mistake is a mistake. You can make mistakes, or you can do something wrong, and you can get a second chance at life. So, as fathers and mothers, We give our children so many chances. What's going to be the difference when you become into power? Is that going to make you not give them the chances you was giving them when you was in power?
What book was you reading, Robbie?
What?
I'm about to say, so you think if Jesus did
Excuse
something
me.
that God
Excuse me,
said,
gentlemen.
he
That's
wasn't
why
going to be punished
that's
for
why
it?
y'all supposed to be on mute. Go ahead, Rob. Finish up.
I'm like, what book he's reading?
If it sounds as good as the book, maybe I should print it and you can read it. Now,
Didn't God kill his son?
as I go on to say,
Didn't God kill his son?
if Biden, if Biden is supposed to pick between making a choice to do what's right for America or what's personally right for his family or his son, you weigh options. You say this to yourself: hey, did my son do anything that is going to affect America from being a great country? Is
Yes.
he taking money
Trading
from this
information
country?
with the Russians.
Is he taking money from this country? Did he go and kill a president or something? Something so
He didn't pay
terribly
his
wrong.
taxes.
Something so terribly wrong. Donald don't pay taxes or show him. So now, as we go into that, he weighs that. That boy ain't done nothing different than your cousin, your uncle, your friend, your neighbor. Smoke a little crack, did a little lying.
And they're going to jail, buddy. They're going to jail.
There's nothing wrong with what he did because every man, if they had a chance to save their child, they're going to do the same damn thing.
Speak for yourself, Bobby.
If you're not anything else, you've been consistent tonight. Let me see what ladies we have left. Tanya, you still with us? Tanya?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Itama, you still with us? Got to turn your mic on.
Yeah, he too much here. Her mic's
I'm
off.
here.
Yeah,
I'm
there
here.
she go.
Duchess, are you still with us?
Yes, I
Yes, she
am.
is.
All right. So that being said, let me go to Itama first, then Tanya, then Kiana. Just hold tight. Here we go. Itama, hypothetically speaking, if you was facing a similar dilemma as the President Biden, would you do what is perceived as morally right, or would you put your son's needs before country?
As a mother, it would hurt, but I would definitely, my son will have to pay for it. Like
My
I said
girl.
before,
My girl.
like I said, how would they learn? You know, if we keep covering it up for them, this is why we're in the situation we are now. The world has killers, have people that steal, people that, because of situations like that, parents that put, always trying to hide the sky with their hands. You cannot do that. How can you
talking about
correct the
people
problem
with
if you don't?
money.
Everybody.
You talking about people with money.
Everyone, not just someone with money. Everyone. There's always somebody
They
to
the
cover
main
up
ones
dirt.
that get away with that type of stuff.
She's right, Timmy. She is 110% correct. Go on, girls. Keep on preaching.
So basically, yes, I would give my kid up because I want my kid to learn. I want better. And it all starts from the house. If you don't take care of home, if you don't show what's right, you don't show what's, you know what I'm saying? You're just going to have chaos. And that's what we're having in life right now. Bunch of chaos because we keep covering up for people. We keep covering up for each other at the wrong time. Like we don't give the love that we're supposed to properly give. Proper love, and proper love is showing people the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Making them pay for what they did. Period. You get what I'm saying? Like stop covering it. Don't be like that. It is what it is.
Well said, beloved. Thank you for your participation.
Tough love now.
Tanya.
Yeah.
So the question is, hypothetically speaking, if you was faced with the same dilemma as President Biden, would you do what is perceived as morally right, or would you put your son's needs before country?
Is that the same question, but just asked differently?
Same question. Yeah, he just flipped it around.
Same question.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. I'm going to do what is morally right, and I'm going to do what's right for the country. Me doing what's morally right is doing what's right for the country. And I'm saying that because it does start at home, like Ethan said, and we all fall short. And yes, God killed his son, but he killed his son to shed his blood for all of our sins.
He still killed his son. His son was a sinner.
I'm not done. His son was not a sinner. His son was not a sinner. He was the sacrificial lamb.
That's for a sinner. His son sinned. That's why he had to kill him. My God, why you have forsaken me?
I'm not finna debate with you, Elijah. Okay, or Mr. Carpenter, however you want to be addressed. I'm speaking what I believe. As I let you have your time and speak what you believe, I'm speaking what I believe, how I see it.
That is
you
fair.
You can debate
that
it all
is
you
fair.
want to, but
that is fair.
Okay, thank you. So as I was saying, he sent his son to die for us, to cover our sins, because he gave us free will, and we are fighting two sides of a coin, good versus evil. And if you don't nurture the right side and you nurture the evil side, that's what's in your heart is what's going to come out.
Well said.
And so I'm saying that to say that me doing what is morally right is going to be what's right for the country.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the Jews. Well said. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you. I'm muting off.
All right. Now, Timmy, I'm gonna need you to be brief but be brilliant. If you was in Joe Biden's shoes, would you do what's morally right, or would you put your son's needs before country?
Let's take the president title out of it. Any millionaire or billionaire would do anything that they could to keep their kids out of trouble and buy their kids way out of trouble. You seen it. You done seen it. A person like Hulk Hogan's son should have been in jail. Now, if he was black, his ass would have rotted in jail. But because his father had money and he got good lawyers, he got a slap on the wrist. That's where I'm telling you, it's about money. And when you got money, you can make things happen.
Thank you for your participation. Dude, are you still with us? All right, I think Dude said that he would join us in the room. All right, we got two more people. Sean, you with us?
I'm here.
All right, good brother. You see if you can make sense of this question. Hypothetically speaking, if you was faced with the same dilemma as the president, would you do what is perceived morally right, or would you put your son's needs before country?
I would put my son's needs before country for the simple fact that I see what this country is. And I am not about to give my son over to this country.
That's what I'm talking about. You understood the assignment and you answered it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for the jewels. Thank you for your participation. All right. Kiana.
Hold on, Uncle D. I got a question.
No, you don't.
No.
You don't. Not now. Save it for the green room.
No, it's about this.
No.
I just wanted to say something.
No. Hold into the please. With all due respect, please.
Yeah,
Order for
one
the
more
green.
person.
Order for the green room. Duchess, are you with us?
Yes.
All right. I just want to say this to you guys real quick. Brimage, are you with us?
Yeah.
Robert?
He's in there. He's on mute.
All right. So
Sorry. Yeah, I'm on mute.
before I go to Kiana, I just want to let y'all know this real quick. So again, in the Bible it says, judge not, or you shall too be judged. And we have a shirt, and it is entitled, "Don't Judge Me." And it states Matthews 11 on it, I believe, of everything that I said, judge not, or you too shall be judged. Robert, where can you find this book? Excuse me. You can find books there too, huh? Where can you find this t-shirt and other items like such?
For all you criminals, because he said, don't judge me, don't think he's talking about a judge in the courtroom. He's talking about EmporiumPlus.org, where you will find the latest fashions of Still a Man, U-Serum, SOS Support Our Sisters, Adopt a Parish, Henry Forever, and Adopt a Parish Ladies First.
Thank you, thank you. Queenie, you ready to take us home? So the question is, and everybody else, please, mute your phone. Kiana, the last question tonight is, hypothetically speaking, if you was faced with the same dilemma as President Biden, would you do what is perceived as morally right, or would you put your son's needs before the country's?
My son's needs would be over the country, because the country at the end of the day will do nothing for me on my last days, but my son will.
Sweet. Love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Still a Man podcast. Thank you for coming out. See you guys next week. God bless you.